Evan was a 25-year-old living in a small town, yet he constantly felt lost in the crowd. He had a steady job, caring friends, but inside, he was always in turmoil. Every morning felt like a battle against the world. His ex was gone, his career goals felt blurry, and he was constantly angry, anxious, and exhausted. No one really understood him, or at least that's what he believed. Until one Saturday afternoon, overwhelmed and unsure where to unload his frustration, Evan drove out to visit his grandfather, a quiet man he hadn't had a serious conversation with in years. When he arrived, his grandfather was sitting on the porch, sipping tea and quietly watching the sunset. Evan sat down beside him, letting out a long sigh as if releasing months of heavy weight. His grandfather looked at him, not speaking right away. Then gently he said, "Feels like there's a storm inside you, doesn't it?" Evan stayed silent, then nodded. His grandfather smiled, poured him a cup of tea, and began. "Years ago, I stopped in a little village during a cross-country trip. There was an old woman there everyone called the Keeper of the Smile. Not because she had an easy life, she'd lost her husband after not being able to afford his medicine, but somehow she still greeted every day with this lightness in her eyes and a peace that was hard to explain." Evan frowned, puzzled. His grandfather continued, "She once told me something I never forgot. Happiness doesn't come from what you have, it comes from how you see what you have." Evan repeated slowly, "How you see what you have." "Yes," his grandfather nodded. "Not everyone who has a lot is happy. It's the ones who find value in the little things. Those are the ones who know peace." He went on to explain that every morning, this woman didn't ask, "What can I achieve today?" Instead, she asked, "What can I be grateful for today?" Sometimes it was just the feeling of sunlight streaming through the window. Sometimes it was the smell of burnt toast that made her laugh. She didn't deny pain, his grandfather said. She just refused to let it define her life. Evan looked down at the now cold tea in his hands. He remembered that morning when he'd snapped just because of traffic. The entire past week, he'd been angry that no one seemed to understand how he felt. It had never occurred to him that he could choose how to respond. His grandfather placed a hand on his shoulder. "You don't have to wait until everything is perfect to feel peace. Happiness isn't a prize you get after the battle. It's the choice you make, to find peace even while the storm is still raging." That day, Evan didn't drive home feeling magically healed. But something had shifted. He started trying small things, writing down one thing he was grateful for each morning. Maybe a cup of coffee, maybe the quiet of early dawn. And strangely, the world around him began to look different. Not because the world had changed, but because his lens had. We live in a world that never seems to slow down. Social media tells us we need to achieve more, be better, live happier. But sometimes what we truly need is a moment to pause, not to give up, but to remember. Happiness doesn't wait for all the problems to be solved. It's in how we choose to see each moment, even when life feels messy. Like that old woman, or Evan's grandfather, true peace doesn't come from the outside in, but from the inside out. And you can choose it too. Today, even if it's just one small thing, one glass of still water in the middle of the storm. I hope you found this story helpful. If you enjoyed today's story, be sure to hit the like button. It might seem like a small thing, but because of how the YouTube algorithm works, videos with more likes tend to get shown to more people. So your like really helps this video reach others who might need it too. And if you find my content valuable, consider subscribing. It really helps more people discover it. Thanks for watching, and I wish you and your family good health and peace. See you in the next story.